It's October, which means the World Series is just around the corner. If you watch any games this month, you probably won't be able to tell, but baseball is going through an injury epidemic that's even striking players far too young for the big leagues. Faith Saley explains.
How fast do you throw?
I throw 95.
Meet Quincy Bright, his team, Mom Erica, Dad Omari, and his arm. At just 17, the Connecticut high school star pitcher was on a track to the major leagues until he learned he had a torn ligament in his elbow.
I broke down in tears. I cried like a baby.
And why did you cry? What were your thoughts?
I love the game so much, so me not being able to play, it just really hurt me. I just felt like I was letting people down.
Including his family, who has nurtured his talent.
How do you feel?
Good. How old were you when you started having a speed gun put on your pitches?
Ever since I was probably 11.
And at just 13, he was recruited to play at Mississippi State University.
Did this injury happen because you were throwing too hard, too much?
I think it happened when I was throwing too hard, especially at a young age, and my body not being able to handle it.
He always rotated very quick. So every time he threw a ball, I was worried. So I'd always try to limit what he was throwing.
Like thousands of other athletes, Quincy was thrown a lifeline called Tommy John surgery.
How does it feel to have a surgery named after you?
Well, it's better to have an orthopedic surgery than a proctological surgery.
Fair.
In 1974, Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Tommy John was having a dream season until he tore his UCL, the ligament that supports a pitcher's arm while throwing. At the time, a career-ending injury. That is, until Frank Jobe, the Dodgers team physician, invented a procedure to fix John's arm, changing baseball forever.
I just said, you do what you have to do to get me back playing baseball again.
What Tommy John surgery involves is taking tissue from your forearm, a tendon, and replacing a ligament in your elbow, tighten it up, secure it, and that recreates a brand new ligament that replaces the injured ligament.
Dr. Chris Ahmad was Quincy Bright's surgeon and is also head team physician for the New York Yankees.
Baseball is America's pastime, and throwing hard is part of this pastime, and therefore Tommy John surgery is now part of America's pastime.
Among active MLB pitchers, an astonishing 35% have had the surgery, up from 27% in 2016.
Why do these injuries keep increasing?
The harder you throw, the higher your velocity, the more force on your ligament. And every year, fastball velocity increases.
Today, the average major league fastball is 93.8 miles per hour, a full 2 miles per hour more than 15 years ago.
And when that's happening at the major league level, it's also happening at the amateur level. In addition, the volume of throwing is going way up, meaning it used to be that you'd play baseball during baseball season. Now you play year-round. It's a time bomb and an explosion about to happen in the elbow.
Those explosions keep Ahmad in scrubs.
20 years ago, I would do about 10 a year. This first half of the year, I've done 150 Tommy John surgeries.
What percentage of your Tommy John surgeries are on patients under 18?
Most are under 18. More than 50% are under age 18.
Is this an epidemic of pitcher injuries?
It's an epidemic for sure.
Baseball Hall of Famer, MLB commentator, and Tommy John recipient John Smoltz is an advocate for a cultural shift.
And that's all for the Phillies pitcher.
Don't buy into thinking that this is normal for your 12-year-old, yet alone a 25-year-old. We just act like no big deal. Have a Tommy John.
But he does understand the pressure young athletes are under.
I also don't blame them for chasing their reward system because that's how they're getting paid. At some point, this industry will have to self-correct. And the way it self-corrects is by rule changes and philosophical changes.
Smoltz thinks change could begin with Little League's discouraging uncontrolled pitching velocity and encouraging kids to take seasonal breaks from baseball.
When I